Go live. Come on. Here it is. All right. And sorry about that. And what's up, George? What's going on in the House of Craze tonight?
In House Craze tonight, we are going to be talking about the campaign that is currently live for Cosmic Wars. We're going to continue to talk about that, maybe share some stuff with you guys. And we're also going to chat a little bit about, how to maximize sales at a con, maybe by using collaborations with other indies.
Calibrations?
Calibrations.
Let's get it.
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Catch the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the dream of Medina and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your mans, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the craze. If you are an independent, catch the craze. Making moves on your own, catch the craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the craze. Join the movement, catch the craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. Yeah, you want to do it. Catch the craze. Welcome to Catch the Craze podcast. I'm your host with the most, Sam the Crazy Man Vera, and I am with
George the Dreamer Medina. What's happening, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of Catch the Craze. It is Tuesday, March 3rd, the third day in March. What up, Lou? And we are coming to you live. Michael, what's going on, my buddy? If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel. If you're watching, give us a like. Don't forget to hit the like, share this bad boy out. We're going to be talking tonight. This is what, week 3 or 4 of the campaign, Sam? 3, right? It's the third week of the campaign.
the third
Cosmic
week.
Wars.
It's approaching the final part of the third week. Yep.
That's right. That's right. So the campaign is still live. If you haven't done so and you haven't pulled the trigger yet, don't wait. Do it now. Pledge to the campaign. At some point this evening, we need to hear George do the Bucky Whisper. What is a Bucky Whisper, I wonder?
I don't know.
Yeah. So so we're gonna be doing that tonight. And then we're also gonna be talking a little bit about, I know I wasn't here last week. We talk a little bit about
Yes, the Bucky Whisper.
We'll talk a little bit about what happens at the all right, focus. Sam.
You started it. Don't be
I asked that question like 3 hours ago.
That was not 3 hours ago, bro.
Let me finish my joint.
This is not the Latin American time, all right? Stop acting up.
Wow. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. Sam has got a little ADD. He's a little delayed. You know, it's funny watching you last week with Lou. Lou had some good jokes, man. She had some good stuff, and you were so focused on I don't know what the hell you were doing that you weren't vibing. I was like, come on, man, that's a good one. That's a good joke. What's going on with you?
I don't know what you're saying. I can't hear you. What are you saying? I didn't remember asking for Siskel and Ebert, bro.
Don't pledge to the campaign. Don't pledge to the campaign. As a matter of fact, if you pledge, back out.
So so the Bucky Whisper. Let's talk about that.
Animosity. We are on fire today. Anyways, let me finish up real quick. So don't forget, pledge, you do all that stuff. But also we're going to be talking a little bit today about, what we do at conventions when things slow down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? When you chase Bucky. Oh, the Bucky Whisper.
Yes. Your Bucky Whisker.
Been going through with Jaws. Dude, he was getting away. We had to catch him.
Yeah.
Been going through with Jaws the past 2 weeks. Hey, what's going on, Casey? Anyway, listen, obviously that was a joke. I'm not telling you guys to unpledge. Are you crazy? You better pledge. Sam.
What?
How many backers you got? 37?
37 backers. Yes.
Right. Need 3 more for a spin tonight.
We need 3 more for a spin.
I'm a big spinner. I like spins.
Not only that, I mean, and if we get to 50, then everybody gets a free digital download of the Cosmo Wars sketchbook.
There you go. There you go.
That's
Lou.
it's not even published, bro.
Yeah, there you go, dog. Lou, no, listen, you did a fine job. I loved the show last week. You guys did a good job.
He was a
Talking
great
about
co-host.
yeah, no, she's awesome. She's great. It's you I had a problem with. She's awesome.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What did you say? So Lou, remember that time when we were drawing?
Do you remember? Oh man. Anyway,
Shit.
Sam. All right, enough shenanigans.
What, Siskel?
What's going on? Does that make you Ebert?
Huh? No, that makes me.
We old,
That,
son.
that-
We old.
huh?
We talk about Siskel and Ebert, son. We are old.
Yeah, man. We are
Anyway,
seasoned.
anyway. So yeah,
You're
so
right.
campaign is live. We're going to be doing some fun stuff today. We're going to show you guys some of the stuff that Sam's been cooking up. I haven't seen it,
Yeah,
so
man.
I can't wait to check it out. And yeah, dude. But other than obviously what we were, the weekend that we had last weekend, what you been up to, dog?
Just drawing, just working on a book, just working on Cosmic Wars, promoting, and working on pages, spitting out pages. It's coming out fantastic. Shout out to Ryan Parmesan. Shout out to JD Calderon, and shout out to William Russell. All of them came in the clinch. They came in and they said, "Hey Sam, let's get you on the show." Looking out for your boy. So I shout out to all you guys for showing some love to your boy. Really appreciate it. So I'll be the first guest on William Russell's new podcast tomorrow. So off, bro. I was like, yeah, kid. And then Friday I'll be on Ryan Parmesan's podcast Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, bro.
Yo,
I'm not a night owl, but I'm doing it.
And that's big for you. The fact that you're going to be on William's show and you're going to be the first. You don't like to be the guinea pig. Usually you don't go for that first. Let me see how it goes and then I'll jump in. But I'm very proud of you, Sam. You're taking a step
because I'm hanging with people I know.
Oh.
You know, there's Lori on there. There's William on there. There's Chris Hayes. So it's going to be, it's going to be, I'm surrounded by friends. So that's going to be dope. And then on the last day of the campaign, I'll be on JD Calderon's podcast. It's on Sunday. It's a Sunday night. That's the last day of the campaign. Sunday the 15th. And I'm missing the show. So man.
So wait, so the campaign's ends on a Sunday?
Yeah, I screwed it up because I wanted to end on a Thursday, but I'm ending on a Sunday. So I have an extra weekend, which is pretty cool. Yeah. And I'm hoping that'll be enough to inspire people to want to take the plunge and join the journey and enter the cosmic universe with me. Awesome. Yeah, and there's some few things. I mean, look, for the fact that it's a fantastic story, if I have to say so myself, I love this story. I love the story. But every physical backer is getting a free sticker, right? A 4-inch sticker, become a Cosmic Guardian. Every backer at $25 and up are going to get a free trading card. So there's 2 things I'm giving away. Every time we get 20 new backers, there's another raffle. We already spun the wheel twice, right? And if we get to 50 backers, then everybody gets a free digital download of the PDF, right? And if when we get to $2,000 in pledges, then I'm raffling off this bad boy right here. Boom, signed copy of the first printing edition of Cosmic Wars from 2003, right? So number 1 sold on eBay for over $100, right? So, and that was just 2 weeks ago. I just want to say that again because I wear that with pride. And so you get to be part of history, and try something new, man. If you like, the unsung hero, and you like space operas and action adventure and something quirky and different, Cosmic Wars for you. And if you're a gamer, you're gonna love this, right? If you're a true indie comic lover and you love indie comics because of the uniqueness, Cosmic Wars is in its own lane. And there's nothing out there right now that's like it. So give it a shot. If you like Duty, you're gonna love this. If you like Forbidden, you're gonna love this. So it's the same guy behind both projects, right? So join the fray. Don't give up now. Keep the journey going. Let's create memories together, man.
There you go. Sam's pitch, baby. No, man. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, maybe I'm a little biased because I've known the story for so long. So it's nostalgia for me at this point. But I will say, man, what I'm enjoying the most about the new campaign is your growth as an artist. Because obviously, when I met you, this was one of the first projects that that you were
It's the
working
first
on or
one.
whatever. And so obviously, you were a young artist at the time. You're a seasoned artist now. You've learned a lot of tricks. You've learned a lot of
Somewhat.
different. So back then, I
Yeah.
think you were relying a lot on like 3D
3D.
backgrounds and stuff, right? Right, to hide some of
Yeah.
like, oh man, if I can't draw a background, I'll just create one, right?
Yeah.
Now you're drawing the backgrounds. You're putting it all that together and making it look like it's 3D in a sense, so making it look more realistic. So you're using your skill to make that happen. So it's cool to see, man. And again, the
Yeah.
stories. Hello,
Yeah.
84
Look,
years.
that's it. You're blocked.
84 years.
No,
But
but
yeah,
but you
no.
know what? But you said, but that's shout out to like colorists like Lupins, right?
Mhm.
Because there are colorists out there that inspire me to work harder and try to close the gap and on improving my coloring technique. Because if you look at my pencils are very very simple, right? I'm not fleshing it out completely and shading and all that stuff. I'm not rendering it out like all 100%. I pencil enough to be able to understand what I need to drop the inks on, and then I use a lot of coloring to bring out the magic of the page, right? And Clip Studio Paint has given me the confidence in the world because man, when I took to that like to fish to water, and yeah, I'm just having really it's hard to explain, but there's so much fun drawing this, and I just love drawing Gorf,
Yeah.
and he dominates the entire book, right? So it's he's the story. Thank you, Lou. Thank you. And yeah, I work hard at it. And I think the biggest thing, the great thing about it being 84 years old, Lou, is that I'm still a student. I'm still a student. I'm always learning. I'm always willing to learn. I want to grow. I want to get better every day.
I think, and I've whenever I speak to like obviously with even when I'm talking to Aniva, sometimes when we're talking about shop and stuff like that, I've always said if we think we are great and don't need any more help, we'll never get better. The
Right.
minute you think you've reached the best you're going to be, you're not going to get better. You have to constantly think there's room for improvement. There's room for improvement. That's the only way you're gonna improve. If you think you've made it, you're not going to do it. So yeah. I mean, Lou, to your point, yeah, always learning. You constantly learn new techniques, things that make you faster, right?
Yeah.
Things that maybe like sometimes doing less is more, and you're like, oh wow,
Yes.
that worked. That
Yes.
worked. Holy cow! And I didn't have to do all this. Look at that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So these are the things that you start learning the more you do it. You know.
Yeah. And it's funny because when Lou and I did one of the first live streams, drawing streams for Gorf, I was doing a page layout. And she said, "Man, you're pretty fast." And
Mhm.
I was like, "Well, that's because I storyboarded this before, right? So I'm just redoing because I liked the elements of that storyboard. I just changed angles, right? And I changed the camera angles and perspective. But because that layout existed in the original Cosmic Wars, I liked it because it was paced right. I just needed to change the perspective and all that stuff, whatever, enjoy them and enjoy it without the 3D backgrounds. And so because of that, I already had that. I was able to just like quickly sketch it out,
Yeah.
ink over it, right? And that helps with speed, right?
Yeah. It's funny. I was talking to my nephew today. So in May, I'm going to be in Oakland, and I'm going to be sharing a table with my nephew, who's 20. What is he? 22 now, and he's an artist. He does a lot of digital art, but he started with like with traditional art, and that was one of the things that I think artists. I know we're in the age of digital, but I think you should still know how to do traditional art. And the
Yes.
reason I say that is because we're going to be at a convention. right? And a lot of the times people come to those conventions and they're like, hey, can you do something can you commission, can you draw something for me right there on the spot?
Yeah.
If you don't have that skill to be able to do that there on the spot, you're leaving money on the table, literally, because, oh yeah, let me just get to my digital tablet and I'll email you something. No, they want something from you. They want an original sketch, and they're willing to pay for some of that stuff. So to your point of speed, obviously this is his first convention. He's a little nervous about, damn, I don't know if that's going to be challenging. Like if somebody comes up and just draw me something. So I said, practice a few sketches that you can knock out real fast. So that when they come and they ask for your signature, maybe you could just draw a quick little doodle under for them. You know what I mean? Just something so that you start getting used to drawing on the spot, because that's something that he's never done. So to your point of speed, if you do something, repetition helps. And if you do it enough times, you start getting faster, dude. And that's what's happened to you. I mean, how many, dude, while you were being a brokepreneur, okay, check the videos, guys. How many videos did you make? You were live every day.
Every day. I was drawing every day. And that's training. You know, that's training camp. Basically, that's what that is. It's just like when we were at the convention, the guy wanted duty as a basketball player. Right? I was like, I would never expected, right? But because I was able to do it for him, I was able to make money. That's pure profit, right? And so you have to, which is another reason I'm glad you said that, because we have one left. So I opened it up. I added the blank sketch cover for Disney, for Cosmic Wars, because I've had people ask for it. Are you going to have a blank cover? So it's available as an add-on. And within 48 hours, 4 people scooped it up. There's one left. Those and the first 5 people, so 4 already scooped it up. The first 5 people get a 5x7 original drawing from me. So there's one left. So whoever pledges and adds on from now to the end of the campaign, the 5th one, you'll get an original 5x7 card from me. And that I usually sell it anywhere between $30 to $65 based on what they're asking me to do. And it's yours free just by adding on the blank cover to your campaign. So one person left, 4 already scooped it up. So I just want to put that out there.
You know, that's interesting. I'm looking at the chat, and Carrie said something that said that's a real challenge to measure as a writer. And I think that you see, like, we can visually tell that you've gotten better. Visually, we can tell. You go from here to here, we compare it. You're like, wow, this is way better. The growth is there. It's hard to measure that as a writer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How do we become better? Because as a writer, obviously, we mature, you know what I mean? So like what we write, what we put down on paper is different. I mean, I guess we learn plot devices and we learn that side of the art of writing. But yeah, I mean, how can you tell when you're a better writer today than you were yesterday?
Well, I think it's the public tells you, right? And I think, but that's it's an instant recognition with art.
Yeah. Because it's a visual
they have to read your material to get that feedback.
Yeah.
To tell you that they noticed the growth, right? So as an artist, it's a visual medium. You can see it automatically. But as a writer, you need the readers.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? I was reading like some of the stuff that I wrote back when we first met. And you can tell in dialogue when you're like, damn, I've definitely gotten better as a writer. That dialogue was great. What was I thinking? Like, so in that sense, I think you can tell. But yeah, no, obviously, it's a visual medium, so it's gonna be easier to see it.
Well, it's like the original Batman's, right? It's like, holy Cabbage Patch Kids, Batman!
Right.
So, right? It was
but that was almost like a sign of the times, right? That's what it was back then. It was that kind of like, kind of talk back then. But
it was crazy.
Yeah. But so what did you have? What do you have? You have something that you wanted to show, Sam? Like just to kind of illustrate, pun intended.
Well, I'm only going to show what I've been posting because some of the stuff I'm doing, I don't want to show it just yet. And there's some pages I just want to leave to surprise people when they read the book. Let's see, window. The window.
What up, Michael?
So this is a page. If you watch me in a live stream, you see me draw it from start to finish. It took me 3 streams to finish this one. I think it was to get it done. Yeah, 3 streams. So this is Gorf being swarmed by an army of Crimson. So this is the Crimson. It is in the original Cosmic Wars #1, but they're gonna be in issue 0, which is this is a scene from the book. Here's another piece that if you joined me on a live stream, you've seen this, and I also have a time lapse on the Kickstarter, so you can see it from start to finish on the Kickstarter. If you scroll down, it's a time lapse. There's Gorf and Zarkinar in the heat of conflict. This is more of because there's a lot that takes place on this planet. So this is another scene from the book. This is Gorf and the Crimson in battle.
You've seen Lou's comment. Holy Barracuda, Batman, my personal favorite.
Does the sword have a name? Wow. No, I never gave it a name, but that's a good one. I'd be lying if I said it was. And this Princess Rhaena on the planet Crimson as she's in search of Gorf, and she's there with Zap. And then this is also on the campaign. This is a page in the book that's on the campaign. There's Gorf and Captain M3 in the heat of battle, and they're still arguing as they're fighting off the bad guys. So,
okay. So hold on. So let's talk a little bit about the pages. Let's just say, like, your backgrounds, right? We talked about backgrounds, right? Like back in the days, you would have probably popped something in there, made it a 3D background. Like,
right.
What, like, as far as recreating these backgrounds, what was the biggest challenge, do you think, for you to do that? Like, was this, for example, because I like the detail in the rocks, and like, was that challenging for you, or did you figure out a way, like, holy cow, like?
No, not anymore. Back then it would have been. Not anymore because of Duty's monsters and Duty issue #7 where he's in the castle. What I've learned is focus on the characters and make the background believable, but don't put all the energy there, right? Put it on the characters, right? So if you notice that the main focus is on the 2 guys, they pop out of the page almost like 3D, right? So they pop out of the page. The background is believable, but I'm not going crazy. So it's basically it's just a bunch of squares put together. I ink it, and then I use a lot of brushes. So there's a lot of different brushes there. I got speckle brushes. I got different types of speckle brushes. There's about 5 different shades of brown and gold and yellows in the background. So it's just a lot of layers to make it stick out, but the focus is the characters. Yeah. So that's why. So I should have pulled that page up. There's a scene that I did with Zanzarax fighting Professor Ramses. And if I show you the line work for the background, it's in the castle. You're like, that's so damn simple, right? But when I color it, you're like, oh, you can see that they're in a castle. But when you look at the line work, it's like, yo, that's like basic, right? So I'm not going crazy. I figured out the art of illusion. Yeah. I figured out how to make it, put them in the setting, but don't make the setting the focus. Make the characters or the action or whatever's happening there the focus.
So it's made the process faster for you.
It made me faster because before I used to kill myself trying to figure out the background and perspective and doing all the lines and the rulers and all this stuff, right? And it would drive me nuts, right? Now I understand perspective and I understand how to, in art is it's in the eye of the beholder, right? But you train people to focus on what you want them to focus. If I made the background the total, like for instance, there's a scene that's taking me forever. It's the Kingdom of Crystalia, right? So I built that in 3D. I'm drawing that by hand. So now this, because it is an establishing shot, I got to put a little focus on there, right? So that one's taking me more time. But these backgrounds are easy because the focus is really the characters. Yeah. So that's where the priority shifts. So if I'm doing an establishing shot and it's a landscape or whatever it is, then I gotta, if I'm saying you're gonna focus on that castle from, in the horizon, then I gotta make it look like a castle in the horizon.
Yeah.
That's obnoxious for me because it's not as fun as drawing all these other scenes, but it's required because it's part of the story. So I have to give it the respect it deserves, and so just the time it deserves.
Yeah. And then like even the other ones, man, like the ice planet and the like I there's a lot of contrast, like even in the storytelling, right? You go from an ice
Yeah,
planet to like these fiery red, scenes. Did you
yeah.
do that on purpose in your storytelling where you want to go from like that cold to that hot? Like,
Yes,
are you doing that on
yes,
purpose?
yes. I mean, because you can't have one without the other, right? It's like you can't have night without day, right? And so, and it's almost like good versus evil, and there's something about the colors that trigger the senses, right?
Mhm.
And so for me, like I mean, even like what sticks out is the pop of gold and the little silhouettes of orange in that scene, right, on Gorf, right? But it's all different shades of blue that entire page, right? But you see him, and then when you think those colors, you think royalty, right? You think power, right? So that's what, like, like this scene right here, it's like the two. I really wanted the two characters in the front to be the focus, but then where you see the guy coming, the crimson coming above them, right? But the eye goes to them first, and then you move up. It's almost like you're panning with the camera,
Yeah.
and so that's basically what I'm doing is I'm using color to direct the eyes, and that's because I just been watching a lot of YouTube channels and watching other artists and
Yeah.
colorists, really a lot of colorists. And then that's when I found out I don't have to go crazy. Like right now, the background's very simple, right? But you feel like it's winter. You see the
Right.
frost. You see the frost coming out their mouths,
Mhm.
right? And but it's really them. That's the story, and that's where I'm putting all my energy is really onto them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, these pages, is this an interior page in
That's
the
an
book
interior
also?
page.
Okay.
That's a page, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not
No,
showing
man.
you guys anymore because the rest of them, because I've been showing a lot on social media, but this is an interior page from the book, where she's in search of Gorf.
Right. It's awesome, dude. So some of the
Thanks.
chatter, that sword needs a name, Sam. Get on that. New suggestion, Mr. Pointy. Uh,
Oh my goodness gracious, Mr. Pointy. Oh
Mr.
no,
Pointy.
I'm not doing that.
Um, yeah, no, man. No, the pages look great, dude. The pages
Thanks.
really look great, dude. Like they really are coming. I mean, this page right here looks like it could be a cover. Like it's one of those
Yeah,
books where
yeah,
it looks like you're really
yeah.
putting in work into these pages, bro.
That one and this one, like I had fun drawing this one.
Yes.
It's time consuming to color, but the good thing is it's just a bunch of different shades of blue. But I was trying. This is like rendition number 7. I was trying to create a dramatic scene where he's being overwhelmed, and then I just settled on, and I got this from that Wolverine cover where he's being swarmed by the ninja,
Yeah, 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 yeah. I
right?
remember that. Yeah.
Right, so that was my inspiration. It's like I want something like that, but I don't want to be an homage to that. I want it to be its own, and so this is what I came up with. I said I just want them all. Yeah, just start grabbing them, right, and try to pull them down.
So wait, so is this gonna be used as a cover, or this is also one
No,
of
it could be a cover, right? No, it's a
oh,
scene from the book. It's
oh,
a
it
scene
is
from,
gonna be a scene from the
yeah,
book.
it is
Okay.
a scene from the book.
Yeah, okay. So
But
what are
yeah,
these monsters, dude? Like,
I
tell us about the monsters. Like, who are these guys? Like, what's going on there?
they're the Crimson. They live on a nice planet in the far region of the universe, and basically they're the only inhabitants on that planet, and that's where Gorf went to into his self-inflicted exile. He went there to escape and he knew that he wouldn't be followed there, and they wouldn't find him there. At least that's what he thought, because it's a dangerous part of the universe, right? So no one wants to go there. And so he wanted to go there to think, collect his thoughts, and sulk a little bit, right? Because he feels like a failure.
Mhm.
And so that's what they are. So basically, because they're the only race that exists on that ice planet, it's just a frozen tundra. Um, he's a threat because he's an anomaly to that planet. He's not part of the species there, so he's at risk. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right,
Thanks, man.
the idea of you know the hero goes away, exile, and he's out there, kind of like thinking about how he failed his plan. And where did all of that come from, dude? Like the inspiration for that for that trope, for that story, that you
I,
wanted to tell. Where did it come from?
this is gonna get real because
Oh,
when I grew
yeah.
up, there was a situation where we got into it with a bunch of guys, and some of my friends ran on me, and I was always there to protect my friends and defend my friends and be there for my friends. And then at one time when we were in a situation, some of them ran, and um, I just wanted to get away. I just wanted to get away from everybody. I wanted to forget everything. I couldn't do it because I was still living at home with my mom, but I stopped, hanging out for a bit. And that was an influence behind it because when like Gorf, he's there to save everybody, but the reverse was he let down. He felt he's let everybody down. So I just flipped the script and I said, what happens if you fail to meet your obligation? What would you do? Would
Right.
you want to show your face, right? And I think that's where it comes from. So I think when it's funny you said that because I was thinking about a lot of things because that always comes up. What influence, what influence. So I have to think about subconsciously. I'm making decisions based on things I experienced in life, or movies I've seen. Like
Mhm.
the name Cosmic came from a TV series, right?
Right.
So when I thought about it, I was like, oh yeah. So what is it like to feel ashamed? You know, what is it like to feel alone? I mean, think about it. He has the weight of the world, the universe on his shoulders, right? And the one task that he had, he couldn't do, that he was trained for his entire life. And it wasn't his fault, but he blames himself for not being able to pick up on the ruse because he was set up, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's a hard pill to swallow, especially in the eyes of the people that you love dearly. Not realizing by him going into solitude that he actually just put everybody at risk,
Yeah.
right? Because he's too focused on how he feels rather than the mission, right? And I think that's the learning, right? And it's like, it's putting others before yourself.
I think what also attracts me to the story for me is also not just the hero, because obviously, he's the protagonist, Gorf is the dude, but it's the supporting cast.
Yeah.
Right? It's like it's how much depth you've given them,
Yeah.
right? Like it's not just like a one trick pony kind of story where like, oh, it's a hero and then there's just a bunch of like characters and you really don't, they're just there because they're all literally plot devices, right?
Yeah.
Just to keep the movie, the story moving. But I feel like you've actually given every single one of these characters a reason for existing in that world.
Yeah.
And so I guess talk a little bit about like that side of world building and why that was so important to do. Obviously, other than the obvious, right? It's boring if you don't. But like for you to have the wherewithal at a young age, because you created this a while ago,
Yeah.
to do that, like what was it that made you say, you know what, these characters need to be that? Like, was it learned? Did you read it? Like, where did it come from?
It came from the community I grew up in because I grew up in a diverse community, right? With a lot of different races and a lot of different people, and everybody has a story,
Mhm.
right? But all those individuals create a collective, right? That come with history and that complement each other, right? And it's almost like a block party, right? So it's like with Princess Reina in the story, right? She has a journey, right? She's just not a princess and she's beautiful or whatever. She has a journey, right? She has
Right,
to
right.
fight. She has to fight bias, right? She has to fight gender discrimination before there was gender discrimination, right? Before that was an issue, right? Because there's never been a female ruler before, right? And she has to also fight her own demons. Am I capable of doing this? Can I do this? And right now, she doesn't believe she can without Gorf, right? So that's the reality. She doesn't know her true potential because she's grown up with Gorf. She's grown up with him as the guardian, the protector. She can't see anything without him and without realizing that she is just as powerful. But she doesn't tap into that till later on, right? So there's that. Gorf, you think he was born a hero? No, he was cultivated, right? He was raised by Ramses, right? Professor Ramses has his story, right? And how he came into the mix. And I think it's important that you have to be able to give heart and truth to it because it takes a community, right? To create growth. Okay? And every hero has support. We never talk about it, right? So I think that for me was really about the stories within. There's conflict with Zanzarax and Lord Evil. There's conflicts with Zarkanar and Lord Evil. There's conflict with Zanzarax and Ramses, right? There's that young, the young aspirational wannabe hero in Zap, right? He wants to be Garth, right? He risks everything, not realizing he's not ready yet, right? So there's those. Then you have Whimsy, who wants to be like Zap, right? So it's like, and then what's her story? So for me, it was important that as they go into their part of, when they enter their chapter of the journey, that my goal is that you as a reader fall in love with one of the characters. You resonate with one of the characters. Yeah. You see some of your things in one of the characters, because a lot of the stuff that's in the story is stuff that I've experienced, and I just made it I am over embellished, right? So, and to make it more fantastic. But there's a lot, everything that I put my pen to is something influenced it.
I think that there's a quote that I read. It said something about like, write what you know isn't about events, it's about emotions. And I think that that's where the best writing comes from, is when you write from emotion, like an emotion, right? Yeah. I think that you use in your writing, and just if you guys have read Forbidden, is one of those stories. Cosmic Wars is one of those stories. The strong female lead, right? For those who know you, obviously you had a very close relationship with your mom. Yep. Your mom was your hero. Your mom inspired you to do a lot of the things that you do, a lot of the stories that you tell, being a storyteller, right? Yep. She said, do it. You can do this. Do it. You love it. Do it. And she inspired you to do that. And I think that your characters, your female characters, represent that strength, right? And like, so Desera, for example, in Forbidden, is that powerful female force in the story. If you've read it, you know what happens, right? This story, Reina, right? Powerful ruler, right? Like you said it. She was there before it was a thing about equal pay and equality and all that stuff. Like, you've always touched on those things, and I think it's because of that. It's because, like you said, you write based on emotions and things that drive you, and I think that that's what makes these characters so real and so strong. And for me, what I like about the story is, again, is those characters and how they really connect with you, because we've all known a Captain M3, right? Somebody who has a little hater in them. You know what I mean? Like, and you clash, right? We've met people like that in the past. Yeah. Like, why are you getting all of the accolades? Like, who are you supposed to be, kind of thing? And so that dynamic plays out, and that's fun. We've all been ashamed of stuff that we should have done something different. Why didn't I do that? Why did I not do that? We've all had those moments, right? Mentors, the Ramses of the world. You know what I mean? So like, there are characters like that, and they're real characters in a story that otherwise looks like it's for kids, right? But that's some of the most wonderful stories. When you think about old school Disney, that was some of the best things. They were stories for kids, but grown-ups could be like, wow, that.
Yes. And speaking of, this is a flatted page that's in the book of Princess Reina.
Right. There you go.
Right. So, and I'm not going to tell you about this. I'm not going to tell you who the character is. You're going to have to read the book. But this is one of the pages that I was on a live stream. I was drawing it, but I'm flatting it now. But she is very pivotal to the entire story. And so for me, I think you hit it on the nose. You write what you know, you create what you know. The names and all that stuff come from the universe. I don't know how I come up with the names, but they just come up. Yeah. And then the backstories, I can't have a character in any of my stories that doesn't have history, that doesn't have a story to tell, because who knows, we all know that. We don't know if there's a specific character that resonates with a lot of people, and then it has a potential to have its own story, right? You don't know, but I want them not for the sake of just filling space, but for intentionally completing the story. That's where my focus is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's great, dude. And so, all right. So going back to the campaign. So this campaign is for issue 0
Issue 0.
of Cosmic Wars.
Yeah.
Back to the old school, back in the 90s, issue zeros were a thing.
Issue 0.
And there it is. So this issue 0, now issue zeros used to be quick, short, maybe 16, 20 pages. This is a little
30.
longer. This is
This
not
is
going to
30
be,
pages right now.
it's going to be 30.
Yeah. So you're getting more than your 22-page comic book or your 24-page comic book, and I really want to give you your money's worth in this book, and which is why I'm spending a lot of time visually complementing the story that was written. Just making sure that each page becomes a page that if you're an aspiring artist, you're like, damn, I want to do that, right? It's like when I used to read Battle Chasers, and I was like, damn, this guy, man. It's like every time I turn a page, I'm like, damn, and I would just stare at the page, right? I'm hoping that happens, right? I'm hoping that you read the page and you want to turn to the next page and see what happens, and then you get excited. That's the best I can ask for is that you want to read it and you enjoy it, that it doesn't just become another Kickstarter and it goes on your shelf, that you actually open it up and read it. I really do want you to read it. So, yeah, I'm having fun with it, and I'm hoping to break 50 backers. Again, I want to give away that free sketchbook, and I think I think we'll do it, and I feel good about it. And again, um, dude, I am glad, I am happy that I'm able to do this and get it out there now, because we know that the world is unpredictable and we don't know what happens tomorrow, right? So I get to tell this story that has been with me my entire life, man, and it's fun, bro.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Yeah, no, it's a fun one, man. It really is a fun story, and like we've been talking about the substance behind it, but it's also just fun. Like what I mean. Like it's not doesn't get like heavy deep like that. Where you're like, okay, buddy. No, it's
No, it's
actually
fun.
it's a fun story that just happens to have all those things in it. Right?
Yes.
You know what I mean. So yeah, no,
I
it's
think,
great.
come on, think about it. My first comic book that I picked up at the in the bodega at the candy store was Sergeant Rock.
Mm,
I was a kid. That was a war comic book, right? And Nam, I picked up Sergeant Rock, I picked up Nam, and then I saw G.I. Joe, and I was hooked. I was like, because I had the G.I. Joe figures. I said, they got a comic book? It's on
yeah.
like Donkey Kong, right?
Mhm.
So, and all of those things had drama. All those things,
Oh, yeah.
had that stuff, right? So, um, uh, it's yeah. If you love that kind of stuff, if you love action, you love drama, you love adventure, if you're a gamer, dude, this is the closest thing to a video game on a book, right? It's like it's you're gonna love this, and I just hope you come along for the ride, bro.
Yeah.
Really, seriously. And I know you got a lot of choices. I mean, dude, I backed so many Kickstarters that I got like 7 alerts the past 2 days. Just launched. I was like, what the hell? In 2 days, bro. I was
Yeah.
like, dang, right? So I know there's a lot out there, bro.
There is. I mean, I'm a little nervous about it in a couple of days. 3 or 4 of them are gonna, end at the same time. I'm like, oh man,
I know. I just got hit up. 3 of them just ended, and I just got hit. For funds, funds collected. Funds collected.
yeah. I was like,
yo, I'm broke. I was like, yo.
It's funny. I don't know if Michael's still on the chat, but he was on last night, and he was talking about like his wife doesn't want him to watch Catch the Craze anymore because every time he watches Catch the Craze, he ends up spending money. You know what I mean? And sure enough, last night, I was on with Lloyd Calcaterra, and he ended up pledging to the campaign. But these books, man, like this is what it is. Like we as independent creators can write about whatever the heck we want.
Yeah.
Right. There isn't necessarily somebody telling us, hey, there's no editor saying we can't do that in this issue. We can't do that in that issue. We do it. We just do it, and that's just how it's gonna go down. And that's the beauty of it, bro. And that's what so many people have come out with stories that they want to tell.
Yeah. And that's exactly. That is the magic of creativity. And I put a post out there because I went and I just picked, I think it was like 10 or 12 of indies that we support. And I went and I collected their graphics and I did a post and I put all their links and I was like, and I started out saying, art and creativity is a gift, and these creators want to share their gift with you, right? And so just take the time to find out if it's your cup of tea, but at least go and check it out, right? And because there's so many talented people out there, and that's the reality of it. I think without art, without music, without stories, there is nothing. Because that's what keeps the world going, bro. We need escape. We need music, right? To calm our souls, right? And inspire. We need art to inspire us. We need stories to make us dream, right? If we didn't have that, we'd be in total anarchy, bro. And so support those up and comers, support the new stories, the stories that are not following the standard that's out there. Because if you pick up a Marvel comics, they all look like they're drawn by the same guy. They all have the same design, right? And so where's the uniqueness other than the fact that it's a Batman or as a Superman or as a Spider-Man or Wolverine, right? The character is the differentiator, but the art style looks the same, right? The great thing about indie comics is that you have a lot of variety in writing, art, coloring. There's so much difference. With the bigger companies, everything has to look a certain way and feel a certain way.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's quotas that obviously they have to fill, and they have to, listen, at the end of the day, it is a business, and I get it. From a business standpoint, you got to do what sells. But like, I think that we're safe from that because we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Does it sell? It could. I mean, we at this point, it's like, I think that more and more people are realizing how good a lot of these stories are, and they're willing to give it a shot, where before they didn't.
Yeah.
And they're realizing
there's some new project. Yeah, there's some new projects that launched on Kickstarter. I never heard of these cats, but I was looking at some of the samples. I'm like, yo, and it's fire. It's like, it's awesome. I'm like, damn. It's like, so I gotta I'm spacing it out and I'm putting like alerts. Alert me at this time because I gotta because I just backed a couple people. I was like, yo, let me just wait.
Yeah.
But there's some really good. Never heard of them. They just it just looks amazing.
Yeah. It's true, man. It's true. It really is. Now I know we were going to talk about just a topic that we're going to talk about, and we can. But I don't know if you wanted to show the campaign and see where you're at right now.
But let me just see. He says people are trying to share their stories and art. So many great creators and books in indie. Just have to get eyes on it. That's the biggest thing. Get eyes on it. It's funny. I used to get a lot of visibility on X. Now my stuff is not being seen at all. I don't know what happened, but it stopped like a month ago, and it's almost as like a shadow ban. I don't know what it is, but nothing, but no visibility. But I'm trying to influence the algorithms, right? And every post I put hashtag Cosmic Wars, hashtag Cosmic Wars, trying to influence that algorithm to generate traffic on all the social media to try to get eyes on it. Because I have people coming up to me asking me about the Forbidden campaign. When's it going to end? Because they just saw the post. That ended in November.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You didn't leave late pledges open on that?
No, I didn't. I didn't leave late pledges. This one I do. On Cosmic Wars, there's late pledges available. But you said, the campaign. Let me pull it up. Hold on. I got to move this over here. Oh, jeez. Here we go. That's not it. Stop playing around. Hold on. Hold on, little girl. Show them what he's done to you. Let's see. Let's remove. Stop screen. Oops. What's this? Get out of here. Damn, my computer's acting up, bro. Share screen. Window. That one. There it is. All right, cool. So here's the campaign. This is Cosmic Wars, and your next adventure is now, bro. Your next adventure is now. So, shout out to everybody who's backed it and has come along for the ride. I appreciate every single one of you. This is cover A. This is the first cover for Cosmic Wars. And there's a summary of the book if you want to read that. But this is cover A by me, and cover B by me. And of course, our star Gorf is the focal point. And then is a beautifully rendered Gorf homage to Conan from Frank Frazetta by Lou Pons with the luscious, fluffy hair. Looks like cotton candy. It's beautiful. You can get that Lou Pons cover. Then this is the one by Marco DeFilio. Gorf has that anime Voltron Robotech feel to it, which is pretty dope. And then this is the blank sketch cover. So you can get this cover as an add-on. One left. There's one left. One person left will get an original 5x7 drawing from me if you add this on. So 4 people already did. Be the 5th, and you'll get that original drawing from me in your basket. And when we get to 50 backers, everybody will get the Art of Cosmic Wars, the sketchbook, digital download. So you'll get that from me just by reaching 50 backers. That means everybody gets it. And again, so free 4-inch sticker to all physical backers. At first, it was day 1 backers, but now I'm giving it to all you physical backers. And then $25 and up, you get that free trading card. And I got to check with Nem to see if he had 10 people that backed this campaign that backed his, because then everyone will get that print that I did of Gorf and Space Monkeys. And then I have the original drawing, 11x17 storyboard from 2003 from the cover, which is the cover that I showed you of Cosmic Wars. So you buy that framed, you get the original 2003 book, and you get the 2026 version of issue 0. So that's available for true collectors, art collectors out there. And then here are the rewards. It's a digital download. You get the covers separately. Then you got bundles. We have some amazing bundles. You can go get both covers. You can get the covers and the prints and the trading cards. We got trading cards. We got the super bundles. And then we just unlocked the Zap sticker, which is this one right here. We unlocked that one. So now we're working towards unlocking this print at $2,000. And when we get to $2,000, we'll be raffling off issue 0 of Cosmic Wars from 2003. There's a map of the universe, and you can read that as well. Those are the trading cards.
How many trading cards do you have, Sam? You have like a few of them, right?
There is 8, but there's 9 is going to be a stretch goal to add the 9th one.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
So, and then these are some of the main characters in the book. You got Lord Evil, you got Cosmic Gorf, Commander Rox, Captain M3, Zanzarax, Princess Reina, Empress Nani, Zap, and Professor Ramses. And then here's the time lapse I was talking about of that drawing.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Right. And then you can watch the process, which is pretty cool. And then here's a panel.
I like that does that. That program does that.
Yeah, it's amazing. Once
Right?
I figured it out, I was like, it's on like Donkey Kong. It saves my hard drive space by going into freaking Clip Studio. I mean, to StreamYard all the time. And there's Zanzarax with the Zembiat Z12 in the background. You'll learn more about that robotic android.
So I know you said names just come to you, right? But like, was there something that, like, how did you come up with that? Like, is there any of them that you're like, yeah, I know how I came up with that one?
No.
None of them.
No, I don't, dude. The only one that really stands out to me was Duty, Sin, Desera, Shaku. I remember where I was when I was creating them, then when I drew Shaku, I drew him first, and his name just came up, and it was influenced because, all right, you want to know the true story? I'm gonna tell you. I was a big fan of Shaka Zulu, the TV series.
Shaka Zulu.
And so I took Shak and Zulu, and I just made Shaku. Instead of Shaka, I made Shaku.
I got you.
Right?
Okay.
And so that's where that came from. So I love Shaka Zulu. Is that he says Uwaya Ungozi. That's the only thing I remember from the movie. But there's Captain M3 in the heat of battle. There's Gorf trying to get some rest in the ice cave where he knows he's being watched. And that's the scene I showed you before. Here's a scene from pencils to flats of Zarkinar plotting his next move. And so he called a meeting with a bunch of other pirates. There's one pirate that's not in that scene, and you'll know why when you read the book. here's a scene from the book. It's a recreation of the original scene from back in 2003. This
So
is
wait,
the
so which one is the go back up? So that up there, that is that the new?
this
That's
is the
new,
new.
all
Yeah,
the new stuff. Yeah.
this is all the new stuff. Yeah, and this is a scene that I showed you from sketches to. You can see my sketches are very rough, and
Mhm.
from flats to inks. And then there's the add-ons. You got a bunch of fantastic add-ons, bunch of prints. We got some stickers. All the covers are available. The trading cards, and then if you missed any of the duty issues, you can get the trade paperback and issue 6 and 7 separately. And then if you miss Forbidden, you can get the hardcover or the soft cover, and you can get ARG's my short story prose. There's my thank you page and Friends of Cosmic. So that's basically it. And I'd like to. I think it has the potential to do a lot more than it is right now. I'd like to get a lot more readers involved. Please share it with a friend. Send it out. Share the links. If you back it, please post it on your social media. Let people know that you backed it. I like to do that every time I back something. I like to let everybody know, yo, check this out. I just backed this campaign. Just to get more eyes on it. I think was it that said it earlier? It's I think it was Michael Gardner trying to get people to get their eyes on stuff. The more we share, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
loose cover's hot.
Yeah, loose cover is nice, man. I really like the cover. Yeah, that's the one that I got on the campaign is loose cover. So
Yeah.
big shout out to Lou Pons, man. She does her thing. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see it in print. Like once it's actually done, and hopefully I can. We're gonna have to get together with Lou. I need that stuff
I don't
signed.
know. I don't know if Lou exists. I think it's a bot. I think it's a
She's
bot.
She's
I think
AI.
yes, I think she's a bot. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh man, nah, dude. But it's been quite a ride bringing this thing back. I'm sure for you. And what are you thinking? Are you thinking once this is done, are you jumping right? You're jumping into duty next, right?
Duty number 8 is definitely coming out because I get a lot of feedback and requests like when's the next one coming out. So Duty number 8 is coming out this year, and potentially moving on to Cosmic number 1 right after that. So we'll see. But yeah, Duty is right after this campaign ends. The landing page will go up for the sign up page. Will go up for Disney Minor Toilet number 8. And then it'll launch after all the packages have shipped. Cosmic Wars, then I'll launch Designated My Toilet. So that one's also halfway done. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know what I look forward to? I look forward to every time I sketch and flesh out and draw a page because I want to push myself each time. Right? And there's some things that are just basic, but there's sometimes I want to just push. Not with the moves I've got. Not a bot.
No, the boost that I got. That's hilarious.
But
how many
yeah.
pages are you into on the book?
Duty?
No, on this one.
Oh, Cosmic 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, you're in.
Yeah. It'll ship out on time. As long as there's no problems with the printers. But yeah, man, I'm excited about this. That's why I gave myself lead time because the last time the printers took forever especially with the graphic novel, getting it right, making sure the colors came out right. Because the last time I used that printer, the books came out dark. So it's just going through. That's why you always get proofs, man. Always get proofs. You got to approve the proofs first. Don't get too excited because then you get stuck with it. If you said yes, I approve it, and then you get it, and you really didn't quality control it.
Yeah.
I don't learn from me. I made that mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's exciting, and I got LitCon coming up in 2 weeks, and I'm looking forward to that. It's a 1-day show, and too bad it's after Cosmic Wars ends, but I'll be there at LitCon, and then free comic book day, and then I'm taking the rest of the season off to fulfill Cosmic Wars and launch Designated My Toilet, and probably not doing a convention till the fall.
Well, yeah. My next convention, actually, I had a convention in April that just got canceled because of the weather. The dome, it was inside of a dome, and the snow collapsed it. or damaged it.
Did you get snow today?
We got flurries, nothing
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing crazy. But yeah, dude. So it's canceled. So the convention that I was gonna do in April is no bueno.
That's
But
tough.
yeah, no. But at the end of March, I will be out in at Chicago. I'll be at C2E2. So if you guys are out there,
Oh,
I'll be walking
nice.
the floor checking it out. So I do want to do that convention eventually. But shipping stuff out is it's the reason why I haven't done like like we talk about this, like San Diego Comic Con and stuff like that. It's just shipping all the stuff out. It's a lot.
Yeah. That's the big thing is like, I see a lot of like Elliot Mondry's doing San Diego Comic Con, and I see
Yeah.
a bunch of people, and I'm like, man, I wish, but financially it's too costly for me right now. And which is why I'm also, because last year I spent so much money in conventions, I got to take it easy, because this year I got to put the money into the house. I got to redo the lawn and the yard, because I got all these big patches of nothing. That's costly. So I was like, I got to shift my focus. So right now I'm just trying to redo the website, and just launch 3 campaigns this year, no more than 3. I can't do more than 3. I don't know how everybody does more than that. 3 campaigns, that's it, and then we'll see from there. But and I keep doing this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got so tomorrow I'll be on William Russell's what is it, comics? What's the name of his new podcast? Comic
Creator something.
So his new podcast is tomorrow night. I'll be on that show with Laurie Calcaterra, William Russell, and Chris Hayes. And then Friday I'll be on Ryan Parmesan's podcast, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. Central. I think that's what it is. Good Lord, I'm going to be exhausted. And then on the 15th, I'll be on JD Calderon's podcast. These were all not planned. They all reached out to me. So shout out to all of you guys for looking out for a brother and showing love. Appreciate you all. But yeah, join us on those shows. I mean, this is the first for these guys, podcast for William, and that's going to be interesting. And you know how that's going to be.
It's called the Creators Corner.
The Creators Corner, yes.
Creators Corner. So yeah, no, it should be fun, man. I mean, listen, William is a very entertaining. He's a character, dude. He's a character. So
he is a character.
Yeah, he's funny, man. He's great. So it'll be fun. I'm actually going to be on the show, depending on how whether you guys get kicked off the internet or not. I'll be on this show, and not next week, but the weekend after that. He hit me up March 18th. I'll be on the show. So
yeah,
it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. I was like, oh snaps, he's actually doing a podcast. Let's see what this does, But I'm excited for that, and so that's gonna be pretty cool, man.
Awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. Yeah, and listen, thank you to everyone you guys have started to pre-order the shameless plug graphic novel. I guess some of the stuff has gotten to you guys already as far as the first issue. So thank you so much for everyone who pre-ordered it on my website. A lot of those things already went out and you guys have gotten them. So I'm getting pre-orders for the graphic novel. So thank you so much. And we talked about, like, we know if we're getting better by the people and telling us. And I think that's a great way of showing me that you guys enjoyed the book. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to get it out to you guys. So I'm almost done, man. I'm down to the last 23 pages of the 140 page graphic novel. So huge shout out to Joseph Olesko, who's my artist, and he's been doing an incredible job. So big shout out to him. But cool. Yeah, man.
I just got another follower on the Kickstarter just now.
Yeah, man.
That's cool.
So big shout out to everyone who supporting us, man, who's supporting everything we do, from our Kickstarters to our books on our websites to the podcast. Yeah, you guys really rock, man. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
You're supporting the OGs, right? We're the OGs now, bro.
I know, right?
You're supporting the OGs, right?
The OGs.
Right? But I wear that with a badge of honor, knowing that we didn't know at the time that we were like going to be the first. We just felt like we needed to do it because there was nobody doing it. And I think that was what it was. It's like, yo, what? These no one's talking to the little guys. What's going on? And so we jumped in there and said, let's do this. And now it's everywhere. But I think that's the best part of it. it's really just connecting with people, making new friends. I mean, if it wasn't for the podcast, man, I mean, I wouldn't know half the people I know.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and which is pretty dope. And you know, I'm very grateful for it.
It's you know what it is. It's a different way of meeting people, because back in the days, it used to be at the conventions. It used to be the after party. You know what I mean? Like the indie after parties that we used to do, and that's how we got to know a lot of the guys, the Charles Dixons of the world. You know, the JD Calderon. You know, we met at the convention. You know, Daphne Lage, James Rodriguez. You know, all those guys. Like those are the Brian Kahn.
The Wolf,
David Quiles, you know,
David the Quiles Wolf. Yeah. I mean, we met Robert Nunez, Koshi.
Lewis.
Lewis. Yeah. Oh yeah. Lewis is Koshi. Robert Nunez is Wizzy. Yes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. I remember all those moments. I remember the first time we met David. I remember the first time we met all these guys. Lewis came over and bought a book. That's how we met him.
Oh yeah.
Torres.
Louis Torres. That's
I remember when Tracy Alfred, you know, and I met him in school, and he's still doing his thing, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see him. I did, what was it? The Yonkers Comic-Con at the library, and he was there.
Yeah, you and I met the old school boy in class.
In class, bro.
Yeah, we were tired of seeing that dude. He was like, "Yo, let's just talk." Dude. I was like, "Yo, this is not the kind of class I thought it was gonna be."
Oh man, hey, life drawing, bro.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. I was like, "Yo, stop looking at me." And
don't be like that, you know?
Yeah, it was crazy. But I loved, because I was taking a few classes, and I took a class with Sal Mandela, a DC Comics artist, and he was a professor at the School of Visual Arts, and he had a subtle way, like he never embarrassed you. You know, if your stuff didn't make sense, he'd call you up to his desk. Everyone's drawing the assignment, and he'd call you up to his desk, and he's talking to you soft, and he would take tracing paper over your drawing and show you where your perspective off, and show you, and he let you keep the document, so you can go back and practice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was awesome, right? And but he was a great teacher. Yeah, those were great times. But that's where we weren't reliant on any devices. We were just talking to each other.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's
what it was. It was just, you know, having conversations and getting to, you know, hey, what do you got going on there? What is that? Oh, all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was a different time, dude. It was a different time.
Different time. You go to Midtown Comics and you just spark a conversation of people just looking for the next issue, right? You know, it's like, oh, did you read that? You're just talking to strangers, right? And it's like, now you walk in and everyone's like in silos. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm like, yo, chill. It's not that crazy. It's like, yo, just relax.
It's funny, man.
It's a great times, man. Yeah, but thank you everybody for joining us tonight, and thank you everybody who backed the campaign. And we have 11 days left. Let's get to 50 backers. We can do that, man. Cosmic Wars can do that, and I can do that with your help. And it's fantastic. It's 30-page comic book. It's fun. It's fun for everybody. And you know, thank you if you're watching this episode, whether you're on Instagram or on Facebook or on YouTube. You know, give us a thumbs up, hit that like, subscribe, share it with a friend. And we'll see you next week on the podcast. And join me tomorrow night on the Creatives Corner.
It's just us next week, right? We don't have a guest until the end of the campaign, really, pretty much.
Right. Yeah, we don't have anybody till March.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Whatever. Yeah.
That's right, everybody.
So with that said, I am Sam the Crazy Man Vera.
George the Dreamer Medina. Peace.
And we are. It's just easy. It's not.
Crazy. Acquiesce.
No, I was talking about my friend Acquiesce. I met him. Say my name, right?
This is what you were thinking? Oh, my.
He described me. He said, I'm the
what? Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. To Catch the Craze. You are listening to Catch the Craze. This is Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze.
Candy girl.